Thomas and Friends, making tracks to great destinations.
The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue sea. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine, and docks where visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas! Hello, Thomas! Hello, everybody! Welcome to the island of Sodor.
Molly's Special. It was a blustery day on the island of Sodor. Emily was excited. She was on her way to meet a new engine called Molly. She was waiting as she pulled into the yard. Molly was bright yellow. She had great big wheels and a shiny funnel. She looked very smart. "Hello," Emily puffed cheerfully. "Hello," Molly chuffed back. Molly looked sad. "What's the matter?" asked Emily. "James laughed at me because I have to take empty freight cars to the coaling plant," Molly puffed sadly. "I want to take full freight cars like a really useful engine." This made Emily feel sad. How can I help Molly feel important, she thought to herself. Then she saw some tarps flapping in the wind. This gave Emily an idea. "I know what we can do," puffed Emily. Molly reversed the empty freight cars into a siding. Emily asked Molly's driver to cover her freight cars with the tarps. "With your cars covered up, no one will know they are empty," puffed Emily. "We can make everyone think you're carrying a special delivery." "Then I will feel important," Molly chuffed cheerfully. Later, when Emily saw Thomas at the station, she told all about Molly's special. "What is it?" asked Thomas. "Not telling," Emily puffed, "but it's the most special of all." And every time Emily saw another engine, she told them all about Molly's special. Soon all the engines were talking about Molly's special. They were excited, except Gordon. "It won't be as important as my Express," Gordon huffed. "Molly's special is much more important than the Express," puffed Thomas. "And you'll see it tonight at Abbey Station," Emily huffed. But then Emily was worried. How can I make Molly's freight cars look even more special than Gordon's Express, she wondered. Later that evening, Emily saw a station master lighting lanterns. This gave her another idea. "Can I borrow your lanterns?" Emily puffed to the station master. "Of course," the station master replied. Soon, Emily's cars were filled with the lanterns, and she puffed away to find Molly. Soon, Molly's freight cars were decorated with the beautiful lanterns. She was taking the cars to the coaling plant for a very important job. "Your freight cars look very special now," puffed Emily. "You must go through Abbey Station. Lots of engines will be there to see you." Molly's freight cars twinkled like stars in the night. When Emily and Molly arrived at Andy's station, Thomas, Percy, and Duck were waiting. Percy gasped. "Ooh! She looks magnificent," exclaimed Duck. And for the first time since she'd been on Sodor, Molly felt special. But not for long. A strong gust of wind blew one of the tarps into the air. "Oh no!" gasped Emily. Now everyone could see there was nothing inside. "Cinders and ashes!" cried Thomas. "Those freight cars are empty," puffed Duck. "So there isn't a special?" Percy puffed sadly. Molly felt silly and not very important at all. So she puffed away as fast as she could. Emily felt very bad. Just then, Sir Topham Hatt called the station master. And the station master came to see Emily. "There are lots of engines waiting at the coaling plant," the station master said. "They're waiting for Molly's freight cars." "Oh no," moaned Emily. "I've got to find Molly quickly." Molly had stopped in a siding. She looked very sad. "I'm sorry I made you look silly," puffed Emily. "But they are waiting for your empty freight cars at the coaling plant." "But I've nearly run out of coal," moaned Molly. "Don't worry," puffed Emily. "I can help you get there." So Emily pushed and Molly pulled. Emily and Molly worked together. And they arrived at the coaling plant in no time at all. There were lots of engines waiting for them. They all needed the empty freight cars to start their nighttime deliveries. "Your empty freight cars were important after all," puffed Emily. Molly felt so proud it made her axles tingle. "We need even more freight cars," chuffed Henry. "I'll get them," Molly chuffed cheerfully. "And I'll help," puffed Emily. Molly filled up with more coal, then Molly and Emily raced back to the yard. They collected some more empty freight cars, and they puffed quickly away. Gordon was stopped at a junction. His signal had turned to red. "Out of the way," puffed Molly. "Empty freight cars coming through?" "You see," laughed Emily, "sometimes empty freight cars are more important than your express." Gordon's face went as red as the signal. And Molly felt more special than special.